there, my name is Christie Garten. I'm the founder and CEO of 1000 Dreams Fund. It is so great to have you with us today. And this is an important time of year for many of you. You have family members, mentees, friends, connections, folks who have dedicated themselves to an area of pursuit and they're getting ready to graduate, walk across that stage and get that diploma. For many students and women in particular, this time can be so exciting, but it can also be very stressful. I don't know if you know this, but 66% of women hold all student loan debt in the United States. That is an incredible burden that women face. Yes, they're going to school in greater numbers. That is so inspiring, but to have to come out of their schooling and owe so much money and have that stress of how are they going to pay that back. That is a big why for 1000 Dreams Fund, why we exist. We, through our support on the funding side, are trying to help alleviate some of that financial stress. So right now we have a fundraiser going on called Dreaming of Degrees, because really it is that dream and the degree is a part of it, but we don't want students graduating with so much debt and really facing that stress around that debt. So with that, I want to introduce you guys and really start this first ever opportunity here directly from our students this today. And we have been, very excited to welcome Regina and Destiny to join us. I am wanting to give them an opportunity to share with you about their dream, what kind of challenges they may have faced along the way, how they receive support from us, and what impact maybe that support has had. So to get started, let me welcome both Regina and Destiny. Welcome you both to the conversation tonight. This is a first ever, so we're doing it together. How are you both?
Hi, we're good.
Doing great, thank you.
So excited to hear about your backgrounds and what your dream is. So Regina, Destiny, tell us about yourselves. Where are you based? What school are you at? What degree you're pursuing? What are you up to?
I can go first.
Thank you.
So I'm based in Detroit, Michigan. I go to school at the University of Michigan Dearborn, and I would say my dream is to find some career where I can be a leader in engineering, and I really hope that I can find something that I can combine my two passions. I'm passionate about art and creativity, and I want to be able to combine that with engineering in some way to enhance the human experience.
Oh, that's great. That's very inspiring. And we'll, kind of get more into what you are doing to figure that out. Destiny, how about you? Where are you based? What school? What's your dream?
I'm pretty similar. I'm based in Detroit, Michigan as well. I just moved here actually. I'm still a student at Grambling State University, but I was studying computer information systems, and now I'm studying cybersecurity, and I'm in a graduate program as well. So I have a lot of similarity to you, Regina. And my dream is to make a real difference in tech using digital tools and serving underserved communities. Basically give back to students who are just like me one day.
Well, we are so thrilled to be able to do the work we do. Our organization couldn't do our work if we didn't get applications and students like yourselves. We thank you all for, your efforts to go out there and work hard, because sometimes it's not easy when it comes to having a big dream and trying to figure it out. I know when I was in college, I didn't have necessarily somebody telling me exactly what to do. I had to figure it out on my own, and, getting the resources and advice that I needed and how to find it. It's not always easy. So I'm curious, for you both, what have been some of those challenges that you faced in, your dreams? And they do sound very similar, and you both are in Detroit. That's amazing. But yeah, curious what maybe challenges really stand out for you.
Be a leader and be like just learn that I am capable. That is what I've been working towards, and just like trying to break down those challenges that have been hard.
Yeah. Oh, imposter syndrome. We talk about that a lot here at 1000 Dreams. And I'm sure you may have heard, but you could experience that at any stage of your career. I've heard this from senior level executives, and they still have that. When you're dealing with something like that, I'm curious, have there been any resources, anything that's worked well for you in those moments?
For me, just having a community of other women in engineering. I was president of the Society of Women Engineers chapter at my school, so just having other women who go through very similar challenges, and people who you can talk to about the things that you're going through. It's very empowering to have that.
Yes, I think community is hugely important at 1000 Dreams. We really do try to give our beneficiaries a sense of that community. Our programs are virtual. So, tonight you're in Michigan, we're headquartered here in Washington, but, we do believe in the power of community. And I think that's really great insight, for anyone else experiencing that, because it absolutely happens. And it's unfortunate. I mean, you're here, you're part of this because you are obviously a standout. You've been recognized through our programs, and I'm sure in many other situations, but to still have that sense of, kind of questioning about, where you should go and whether or not you're qualified, it's an issue. Thank you for sharing that. Jesse, I'm curious for you, maybe what some challenges you've had to deal with in going for your dream.
Yeah, I definitely agree with like the imposter syndrome. But for me, being able to balance school and then also being out of state, having like a culture shock, being in a totally new area. I also struggle with like knowing when it was okay to take breaks or when I could afford to take a break. Sometimes I would feel like I couldn't really lift my head up because if I did, then I would be not doing well on schoolwork or not doing what I needed to do to make sure I got my degree. So I guess balancing everything at once.
Yes, I can remember that time. There's so many distractions. You're juggling the social side of being at school. You're there for several years, and then, you're away from home, as you've described. You're out of state, and just having to kind of rebuild that network for yourself, and also, that kind of balance and stability that is critical to get through school and be successful. And again, obviously you're here this evening, you've accomplished that, and I'm curious, what worked for you when it came to finding balance. What advice do you have?
Having confidence, just using your voice, and learning that you don't need to have it all to figure out just how to start. Just take the first step, and don't be afraid to share your story like I'm doing now. And also, like, your situation doesn't define your destination.
Wow, that's a really great quote. I think we can all reflect on that at any point in our lives, education, career, or otherwise. For you both, you had the confidence, Dustin, you mentioned having that confidence to apply to 1000 Dreams Fund program, and you actually were selected, and you received support. Would love to hear about what that was, what support you received, and how did that help you maybe in any way go for your dream, and maybe some small or big way for either of you.
So like I said earlier, I received the 1000 Dreams Fund Scholarship and the New Face of Tech. And those really just helped me, like you said earlier, like not have to worry about the stress of the financial part of getting your education. And I participate in research. I work in a research lab, and so I'm going to conferences. And so I was able to use that and to make sure that I could afford to go to these conferences and present my research there.
I love that story. And how important is that for those that don't know, to be able to be in person and present your research? What does that mean for your dream?
Oh, I feel like it's a big deal because you can get your name out there, and I could practice just getting over that imposter syndrome. I remember being super nervous to present and feeling like I didn't know what I was talking about, and I was always practicing. But then once I actually presented, people were asking me, I was an undergrad student at that time, but people were asking me if I was a graduate student. So it definitely boosted my confidence, and it's something that I can have, on my resume, on my CV, that shows something that I've accomplished that I can show for years and years in the future.
Amazing. Oh, that's such a great example. Yes, the opportunity to attend a conference seminar, that is a big focus for us, and thrilled that you were able to use the support to be able to do that. Destiny, how about you?
Yes, I also invested in myself professionally. I attended Grace Hopper conference. I also,
What is that for those that don't know? That's a big deal.
I love Grace Hopper. It's a celebration of women in computer science, and it's specifically for women. And we're gathering for like different awards, expos, sessions. We meet tons of people from all over the world, and it's just a series of conferences designed to bring awareness that we're here, women are paving the way, and we get to just foster networking and discuss different ways to increase diversity in the tech field, and I enjoyed a lot.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear. I have never attended. Where is that located? Where did you go for the...
I've been in Orlando and I've been in Pennsylvania.
And if I recall, I believe you recently won the, was it our Nestle VP of Impact Challenge?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a unique program for us. We invited students to submit their change-making ideas if they were to be a vice president of impact at a company like Nestle. So for those that don't know, there are these positions at companies where you are in charge in many cases of how a company is going to make a positive impact in the community. So we gave our students the chance to imagine themselves in that role and what would they do if they were in that role. Desi, I'm curious, what was your idea? Do you recall what your idea was if you were in charge of VP of Impact?
I believe I created a program that helped shape my experiences, that kind of allowed me to overcome things that try to, like anxiety or things that made me be afraid of climbing and using opportunities. So I think my idea was like tech based, like a digital tool that reminded you mentally that you can do it. And I think that, yeah, that's what I can remember from applying, that it definitely was drawn to like the youth and people who were upcoming on the way to college.
Yes. Well, and that's such a great idea. I'm curious, with your career interest, are you interested in entrepreneurship? Is that something you're considering, and developing your own tech solutions?
Yes, it goes hand in hand with me finding my light within myself, and 1,000 Dreams Fund encouraging me to go after opportunities. And I think that being a leader and being in tech will create more innovation, and it will allow me to, I guess, stay on track academically. And I also want to own my own consulting firm one day. So I'm hoping that all of these experiences and these awards are allowing me to use it for a better cause one day.
Great just way to envision your future. It's very clear, and it doesn't, as we know, life, you have a plan. Sometimes your plan will deviate, but if you ultimately have that kind of guiding light in place, where you ultimately want to get. I truly believe that that is critical in helping you reach that destination, so that you already have that in place. I think is so important, and hopefully others can learn from that. Regina, how about you? What's your vision? Where do you want to be when you're done with school and schooling?
Wow. I'm so excited for that day. But I definitely want to be in industry. And I think the path I want to take is very different from most people at my school, since in Detroit it's very automotive focused. But I want to end up in entertainment. And I would like to be part of the type of engineering that tells a story and kind of brings people into another world and just kind of gives them some kind of escape from the stresses that they have like in the real world. So I think that also kind of goes hand in hand with just like mental health and just finding ways to make people happy. So I want to be able to use my engineering degree towards that.
Well, that is a great way to, envision a career. Like, what's the impact you want to leave? What's the legacy you want to have at the end of the day? And to have that be in such a positive place, make others happy. That can probably inspire some really exciting ways to do that. So you'll have to stay in touch and let us know how you're moving towards that and making that happen.
For sure.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you both for joining us. This was a first ever sit down with myself. It's such an inspiration to me to be able to have this ability to be in touch with people like yourselves, and to know that you guys are going to be out there doing amazing things. And if we could have been involved in your journey in any small way, it's truly an inspiration. So huge congratulations to you guys for being a winner of one of our programs, but also for your dreams and for having the confidence to apply and to be a part of this. So we wish you both the best. And yes, I hopefully for anyone watching this, I hope you're inspired by their stories. That's what this is all about. 1000 Dreams is about the stories of the women and those that we serve worldwide today. And anything's possible. If you have a dream, nothing should hold you back from it. You should take those steps, apply to programs like 1000 Dreams. You may not, be selected out the gate, but the effort to do it, I think, just strengthens your resolve, your focus, where you want to go, and keep applying. We've had people apply many times and they finally do win in some cases. So, never give up ultimately. I think that is truly the point. Keep going for that dream always. And 1000 Dreams Fund's here for that. So if you're interested in being involved and getting support, check out our website, go to our socials at 1000 Dreams Fund. If you're interested in supporting our work, students like Regina and Destiny, we welcome you to get involved. We have a fundraiser going. There are other ways to be involved, and we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining us.